Wrestling right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com. It's Bulldogs versus Tigers. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors tonight for bringing you Bulldog Wrestling. Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, there's only one, Craig Family Dental, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet, Ford and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppin Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. We'll be right back with Bulldog Wrestling. All right, 145 pounds here in the doghouse. We're ready for the first home duel of the year. Going to be 7 or 8 matches tonight. Bulldogs versus our neighbors, the Hayden Tigers. Want both these teams to bring a bunch of kids to the state tournament this year. It's Ethan Powers, the senior, 145 pounds, wrestling Jacob Planansky. And here is my partner, Shane Hadley, with the call.
Hey, it's awesome to be here right before we go on Christmas break with an opportunity to present you with some wrestling action here in our home turf. And as you said, Ethan looking for good things here this year. And we are just underway. And obviously he scored 0-0 with a minute and a half left in the first period.
Really enjoyed having Ethan this year, Shane, in my weightlifting class. And you can tell just by looking at him, he's put on some muscle. He looks really good and definitely has improved. And that is definitely going to help him on the mat. So hopefully he can get things going here. He's had a good start to the season. We're about 45 seconds in this match. Almost had the single picked up. And then able to get back out and keep himself in a good balanced position.
Yeah, right now, you know, when you're locked in that tight up close. Oh, there was the throw, try, and now a great job by our Bulldog. He goes with a duck under, comes around behind in the first points of the match. A big 2-point takedown with a little under a minute left.
Yeah, I like to see that by Ethan. Great counter as Planansky went for the headlock, and Powers said, nope, duck under, slipped right underneath, spun around, and finished it. Now he's working that chicken wing on the near side. Arm bars the far wrist, trying to walk it around. Planansky doing everything he can not to be turned right here. He's not in a favorable position. We'll see if Powers can finish it.
Yeah, the only enemy right now to Powers is time, but Hayden does a good job on bottom there. That was very close to being a turn, but he's able to get his arm free and set his base again, and now Powers has to go back to work with no arm, but now he's going with the inside arm hook. They're nearly out of bounds, and they're going to go out of bounds with 10 seconds left, and 2-0 the Bulldogs up.
Ethan Powers coming from a wrestling family, knows his dad really well. He was a great wrestler back in his day and has passed that on to his son. And 0-0 here as we're winding down. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's going to end the first period with it's not 0-0, I'm sorry, the takedown by Powers, but no points since then. So a 2-0 lead for Ethan Powers.
Points might be huge in this match. Obviously right now it's the difference of the match, and they just are still feeling each other out here. Sometimes you're so familiar with an opponent as close as Hayden or say Steamboat or Meeker. The whole match, look, there's a beautiful switch, something you used to be great at, my friend, back when we rode dinosaurs to school. And 2 points for your old favorite movie.
Velociraptors, buddy. It wasn't just any dinosaur.
Yes.
Hey, Powers does a great job, and you know what? He set that up so beautiful because no time did he waste on the bottom. He went immediately to the stand-up and then hit that switch as he came back down in a great position. And now he's up 4-0 with a minute 30 left in this second period.
Yeah, as you said, 4-0 big lead in this match, and we love going back in time here at the station because we've been around this community for so long. You and I wrestled for this school back in the day. Our entire high school career, middle school, we were wrestlers, and whenever I see a switch like that, I always think of one of my good friends who now bounces between Alaska and Michigan. It's Richie Kerr. That guy could do a standing switch that would knock you out. You'd be running one direction, you'd hit it so hard, your momentum goes with you, as you saw just a moment ago with Ethan's, and all of a sudden your head's in the mat and the guy's on top of you, and you're like, whoa, what just happened?
Ethan working hard as they go out of bounds. He just keeps working that chicken wing, and if you work it long enough, he's thinking he's going to wear that opponent out, and he's going to be able to get some back points and maybe even pick up a fall. We're at exactly 1 minute left in this second period. And not much action on the bottom by Planansky as Powers is in control. Sets up the three-quarter stack.
It's done.
And pulls him over, shoulders down, and there's the pin. And that's the strength that I'm talking about. He took it, and he just a power move, and he used them muscles, and he said, you're going over, and that's exactly what he did.
I can't explain to you how painful that move is. Once in my life, I was almost put into it, and let's just say I was willing to pin myself to try to get out of that pain. So fantastic maneuver, and again, shades of old Ty Weber back in the day. He used to three-quarter stack everybody, and it's a move, you'll submit. You get turned over like that, it's hard to just do it without someone forcing it. Great move, big victory, big pin in the second period. Now we're on to our next match. All
right, so this match we have Gregory Hickson at 152. Didn't have anybody listed at 152 for Hayden, so I'm not sure who it is. And hopefully we got the last guy right, and that it was Planansky. We're just reading what we got from everybody, from the coaches and from the announcers. So we don't have a name on this Hayden wrestler that is facing off against Gregory Hickson Jr., 152 pounds for your Bulldogs.
Well, and you wonder, it was funny, one of our buddies too, the head coach for Hayden, Chad Jones, when I was talking to him and asking him about a couple of these guys like having 232 pounders, I was just saying, well, who's wrestling? And here's a nice shot in on a single leg. Hopefully in the middle of my story we can get the takedown here. But he said, well, I'm not going to tell you. Why do you think I'm going to tell you, Shane? So he was playing that coy, not letting you know, but this might be one of these lighter wrestlers, but he looks bigger than 132, and now we're in trouble. Hickson is in deep, but right now, just a big stalemate. You just want to hold on the bottom if you're Hickson.
Yeah, it was really close to hooking up the Sanders cradle. Haven't seen that in a while, but when you get caught in that, you're usually not coming out of it. Hickson was able to break out of it, and no points yet as he holds on to that leg. Keep that leg, keep your position. And now the 2 points for the takedown is finally awarded to Hayden, 2-0 lead. And he's got the cradle hooked up tight. And just as I say that, Hickson breaks it, but he goes right back to it. Long, lanky wrestler for Hayden, able to have a great reach. And so far, working that cradle hard.
Yeah, trouble there. Hickson worked so hard just to not give up the takedown. And oh my goodness, he fell right into a near side cradle. And now he is in trouble. He's got to survive 15 seconds, and I do mean survive. As he reaches up, he's able to free his bottom leg, and he's just got to get through 7 seconds now. Let's see if we count it down. 5, 4, and there he turns to his belly, and there's the 3 points. So it's a big move for Hayden.
And cut on the forehead, so we have an injury timeout. Be right back. So as they finish up this injury timeout and get that cut doctored up, I want to say give a little recognition to all the coaches. Shane was just talking about Chad Jones, head coach over there at Hayden High School. He always does a great job. Assistant coaches for Hayden, Nick Planansky, Matt Linscomb, and Ben. And Ben, we would love to say your last name, but it's not on the roster. So, but the kids know who you are, and we're happy you're helping out. I want to say thanks and to all of the Moffat County coaches. They do a heck of a job. Head coach, first year, Dennis Frederickson. And assistant coaches, Tyler Sizlove, Mark Voloshin, and Mark Zimmerman. All right, we're ready to go. Get back underway here as Hickson will take his spot on bottom after surviving that cradle. Only going to be a couple seconds. That'll end it. And we're going to the second period with a 5-0 deficit. And we'll see what Hickson can do to get back in this match.
You know, I was looking there at the assistant coach for Hayden, Ben, joining the ranks of Madonna, Haley, and Prince as people who are good enough. They just get one name, Ben.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Hickson doing a great job. He comes right to his feet, comes back, comes to his feet again. That's what you want to see. Keep moving on the bottom.
And this now where you put, whoa, gets totally up off the ground, all four, both his hands and feet, but he comes immediately back. But now he's locked up in that cradle again. Got to reach in there and pull those hands apart if you're on the bottom. That's your key there. You do not want to get put to your side.
Extremely proud of the effort that Hickson has given. I saw him play football and a couple different times, had his knee hurt, And, I mean, the thing looked like a balloon, Shane. I saw it a few weeks ago. He's still out. He's coming out for wrestling. He's having a good season so far. Maybe not the start that he wanted, but he's battling this injury of this knee that just won't go away, and says, nope, you know what? I'm going to battle through it. I'm going to be tough. I'm going to be a warrior. And you got to give him a lot of credit for that. And right now, he's got himself back in this match by getting that escape, and now he's only down 5-1.
Yeah, as long as you can stay within 5, you are always within one throw or one great takedown to their back. And right there he's in. So now he puts him on his back. He can tie this up. Oh, he was so close.
Beautiful takedown. Almost got the near fall, like Shane was saying. 3-5, and it's anybody's match now. 35 seconds on the clock in the second.
Now he goes with that hard cross-face cradle. Used to be one of those that you loved to work and hated to have worked on you, because there's a fine line between how hard you punch that face when you do the cross-face, but it usually bloodies your nose, I'll guarantee you that. And right now, here we go. We've got 15 seconds left. He's got it. He goes suicide. He's got to finish it. There it is. And just like that, my man, we are going to have a match where we're going to be up by 1 if he gets to full 3, which he does.
Oh! The ref slaps the mat and says pin, but then he says no. He said time was up. You don't get the pin, but hey, we like it anyways because we're in the lead now, 6-5. Great job, Gregory Hickson. Let's do it again.
That was crazy. Usually the ref will go to the table. He called his own pin off. He called up and said, hey, it was right after the whistle. No need to go to the table. No need to check it. And that's how close things can be, my friend. You are talking a nanosecond between a pin and now third period. Who knows what happens?
Gregory Hickson, beautiful Granby roll. He's going to get back points off of this possibly too. Does a great job. He's got the reversal already. Not sure if he gave him a 2 count for near fall. I don't see him holding it, so I don't think so, Shane. But either way, he got the 2 for near fall. Hickson up now 8-5.
Beautimous right there, if that's a word. I'll tell you what, that was a move, me being one of those fat guys when I wrestled. You worked on the Granby roll all the time, and he hit it perfectly, and he even followed the golden rule at the end, turn to the legs. You don't turn to the head off the Granby, and he turned to the legs, almost got his 2-point back points, and now he's built himself a nice little lead. He's back on top. Time to go back to work on that cradle, which he had success with in the second period.
Hey, hold on, Gregory Hickson. Wrestle smart now. This is what we talked about. I said toughness earlier and grit, and that's what he's showing. He was down 5-0, Shane, and he's going to get more back points here. Oh,
so close.
Not quite, not quite. I would have counted it, but I count really fast.
Yeah, me too. I'd had 2 on the one before. And you know, right now, this is, again, you got 52 seconds left. Now you've tired your opponent out so much. I guarantee you Hayden, in the big picture, thought they were going to win this match. They had this worked out. Like I said, I talked to the coaches. They didn't tell us who was going to wrestle because they worked things a little differently, put a guy in at a spot they were expecting to get a win. And right now, they thought at 5-0 they had it, but now look at this. We're so close to getting the upset, and I just need to be smart here, trying the far half, but he needs to have the near arm bar.
And Hayden is trying to set up the same Granby roll that he just used, and so Hickson has to be very careful. And there he gets his leg clear, because that's exactly what Hayden was looking for. They were going to try to do it right back to us.
And right now, keeping that leg locked is huge. It prevents that roll from going. And now we are literally down to 4 seconds left. Just hold on. A single point doesn't hurt you at all here. And there we go.
1 for the escape. Doesn't matter. 8-6. Gregory Hickson is your winner at 152 pounds. I want to say thank you to Severson Supply, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, and Craig Family Dental for helping us bring you Bulldog Wrestling. Hey Shane, they did exactly what you said. I'll let you explain it again.
Well, so when I was talking to their coach before the matches, he was real coy on who was wrestling what weight. They had 232 pounders. They had the 170 pounder. I said, so he's wrestling Klimper. He said, well, I didn't tell you that. I'm not telling you. And we're friends, but it was also, I could tell he was serious about it. So you put a guy where you think they can win, and they see Klimper, a guy who just wrestled in the championship at the Warrior Classic, one of the biggest tournaments in the state, in the Western United States. He took second down there, and he says, well, I think maybe we have a better chance, but he's going against the guy now who took 4th.
Yeah, another quality wrestler.
So, I mean, you pick your poison here because, my goodness, 2 very good wrestlers back-to-back. But so he gives the forfeit to Klimper and says, I think we have a little bit better of a chance. bumping our guy up to this other weight and wrestling Perulis. Now see if Perulis can go out there and just pin him, and it makes all your planning look like it was for naught.
Yeah, but you know what? I like the idea, and you got to hand it to Chad Jones. That's smart. That's smart coaching. It's messing with the head of your opponent, and you know, he's trying to give his wrestler the best chance to win the match. So, nice defensive move there by Planansky as he dives down and grabs the ankle of Perulis. Looked like Perulis was going to get the takedown for sure, and somehow Planansky got himself out of it.
Well, and two totally different body types here of wrestlers. You have the baby Brahma Bull in Perulis, and Planansky is that really long, sinewy wrestler. I used to hate wrestling these really tall guys because they're the best cradlers, and it's so hard to get the takedowns because there's so much length and so much torque.
So 0-0 here with 30 seconds left in the first. We are at 182 pounds.
And while we were on our break, we also had a forfeit. We also won. Connor Rogers was able to get 6 points for the Bulldogs as he won by forfeit. And then, as we said, Mickey Klimper also won by forfeit. And just like that, the team score now, the Bulldogs are up 21-0. Important match here as, again, Perulis, the aggressive wrestler, shoots it on a single leg with his head on the outside. Now he just needs to finish this.
Yeah, nice shot. Just ran out of time. Good shot by Elias Perulis. And you're right, Shane. So far, he has been the aggressor. He's had 2 really good shots in and just hasn't been able to finish the takedown. So, second period, we're going to go neutral with both wrestlers. Neither wrestler able to get a takedown in the first.
And already, you can say that Chad Jones was kind of right because this game is still close. This match is 0-0 after the first, so an opportunity for either wrestler right now to come out and win this match. And now Perulis is so aggressive. He needs to get this takedown, build on this lead. And as we said, great match so far. 0-0, just barely underway in the second period. Both wrestlers just totally tied up in the center of the ring. It looks like Panaski right there trying to do an over-under, working on that body, the bear hug, but then they release. I used to hate that position, Kip, when I was wrestling, because once you got locked up, you're either the thrower or the throwee. There's no in-between on that.
You know, when you see one of the things that people see, especially when you get to some of these heavier weights, you got people on their feet like that, and if you're really a novice wrestling fan, you're like, well, what are they doing? What's going on? But both wrestlers are continually battling for position. And you see Perulis do it right there. Beautiful takedown. He's got it, puts in the corkscrew, walking around the head, and he's looking for the pin.
And just like I said, did you see how hard the crossface went across the face? Right on that edge of, hey, it was just right. And as you said, the corkscrew was taken. If you can't get the crossface cradle, you're going to turn it into a corkscrew, which he did. And now it's just torque. Walk around their body, and now he's going to turn it into a half. And he's got 45 seconds left to get the pin, and I think he's going to do it, but we'll see. Oh, and Hayden, great job, turns off of their back.
Yeah, there's not very often that people come out of that position. I mean, he had it buried in there. I thought for sure he was going to get the pin.
Yeah, all effort right there to come out the bottom. Great job by the little, as I call him, the baby Brahma Bull, as he's built himself a nice lead now, and a lot of energy has been used now to be at this 5-0 point. Hayden just happy right now they've survived. And here we go again. Here's that crossface. He's going to come out from underneath that arm and go bam right across the face when he gets the opportunity. See if it happens in the last 6 seconds here. Nope, he's just going to be happy to stay inside and ride this one out to the third period.
Yeah, and a great second round for Perulis, and he takes a 5-0 lead and is in control of this match.
21-0, the team score. Bulldogs doing a great job, obviously, with a couple of forfeits mixed in there. You want to get the most wins head-to-head, and I think that's what Hayden right now is looking at. They say we want to be able to look at the head-to-head matches. They're wanting to get more wins head-to-head, and they're not so much worried about the different forfeits because you can't, if you don't have wrestlers, you don't have them. But you want to look at the final stats at the end, how many guys I had go against how many guys they had, and who won that overall.
Perulis working hard on the bottom, comes to a stand-up, breaks the grip. Planansky tries to dive at the ankles, but Perulis able to escape. One more point, 6-0 lead.
And now Perulis is happy just to circle. He's got a big lead. He just needs to always look like he's trying to improve his position. Oh, the throw! and he does a great job there, Kip. Is that some sort of a grapevine, basically?
Yeah, just really trying to get that leverage. You got the over-under, and you're trying to leverage your opponent, but he'll have nothing to do with it. Now Planansky comes in, and he's looking for a throw. He knows he needs something big. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on his belly with a missed headlock attempt.
Yeah, this is scary. As I said, good job getting out of there. You really, when you get locked up like that, whether it's over-under, whether it's a bear hug, whether it's a headlock, you've got to be the aggressor. If you try to sag out of that and get caught in a throw, you're in trouble. It's a 5-point move, and you're trying not to get pinned. And with this 6-0 lead, Perulis knows, and you can tell, Hayden is only going to be trying upper body throws. A headlock, body to body, or a bear hug right now. There you go, shoot in, but he got caught under the arms, but if he just shoots in, it's gonna kill time. We're down to 19 seconds. Just keep trying to improve your position, and that prevents stalls from being called.
10 seconds remaining, barring any crazy circumstance. The Bulldogs are gonna win another one here. Good match by Elias Perulis, and that'll end it. He's gonna win this 182-pound bout by a score of 6-0. We'll be right back with more Bulldog Wrestling. All right, 106 pounds. It's Dagan White versus Kyler Campbell of the Tigers.
What a great heel pick.
And Shane, you notice right away, Dagan White with his first match in a while, and he's got the black face mask on because down earlier this season, took an elbow, I think, or a knee right to the nose. Maybe it was even a head. It might have been a headbutt. Nonetheless, broke his nose, so this is his first match since that happened. I always thought guys looked meaner with that on.
Yeah, I always thought, it's the Jason Voorhees style out there, or Michael Myers, whichever you prefer. And he comes out, and you can see the Hayden wrestler is looking at his mask, and he goes right in with a beautiful ankle pick, straight down, 2 points just like that, and now he's working on top.
Dagan White, 106-pounder. Last year, Dagan had to eat to make 106. This year, I think he has to cut a few. So I bet he misses the days when he could have hamburgers and ice cream and still make weight.
Well, I'm up here having a hamburger for him as he gets a cradle in beautifully.
He's in tight, going for the W. Come on, Dagan, knee in the side, head in the temple. It's in tight. There's the pin for your Bulldogs. With 1:05 on the clock, call it 55 seconds and a pin and another win for your hometown Bulldogs.
For a dominant performance by these Bulldogs here in their home arena. And wow, how much fun is this to watch? Had the blessing to do the introductions to these young men, and it's that little rivalry, the 17-mile ride between Craig and Hayden. And right now, Craig, Moffat County is dominating.
So, 113 pounds. It's Slater Durbin, freshman, wrestling Peyton Planansky. And you've heard that name a few times tonight. Shane, that 3 Planansky brothers or cousins, not sure which. Great wrestling family, though. They are all down there. They make up about half of Hayden's team.
Yeah, and they're all sinewy, long, muscular wrestlers. And you can see here a huge height difference here between our freshman and Planansky, and this is a tough match here. Let's see what happens. Hayden looking to stop that huge bunch of snow that is falling off the mountain on top of him right now, as it's 36-0 in the team score. Just feeling each other out, and the longer right now, as a freshman, you can stay with this guy, the more confidence you're going to build. Right now, he just needs to kick back and prevent this takedown from happening.
Well, and Peyton Planansky, also a freshman, so a good matchup here, turning out to be at 113 pounds.
There you go.
Hey, Durbin tries to spin around, just needs to free that leg. If he can bust the grip of Planansky, he can pick himself up a takedown. Not going to be able to do it, as Planansky will straighten himself back out, and now he is threatening to take Durbin down.
Nice even stuff here, and again, as you said, when you have 2 freshmen, then there's no fear there. They're going to go at each other hard. You want to say, hey, I've got you the next 4 years, and I'm going to beat you. And of course, they've got the same attitude. And here we go, 27 seconds left. And still, it's just Hayden in underneath, trying to work that single leg. But once your head goes down like that on the mat, you're usually not going to be able to get that takedown.
Neither wrestler in a particularly bad position here. Planansky now walks in, tries to get in on a double leg. Not going to have enough time. That's going to end the first period 0-0 at the end of one. Want to say thank you to Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, and Craig Family Dental. Make sure to say thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing you Bulldog Wrestling.
Here we go. We're going to have the Bulldogs are going to be in the top position in this second
And
period.
caution on Durbin. Got to have that hand right over that elbow.
0-0 here as we start that second period. Now, when you really get to the nuts and bolts of wrestling, when you've got two really evenly matched wrestlers, it's important to get the opportunity to have your choice, which you will at one point in the match, if it goes all 3 periods, to choose down. And you have to know in your mind, I'm going to have the ability to stand up, which he's not able to as he's turning a cradle, and we are close to getting points. Oh, he just needs to keep it, and there you go. There we go. So forget all that. He's not getting that 1 point. In fact, he's giving up 3.
Going for the pin is Durbin. Can he pick it up? He's got it in tight. Hold on to that grip. You got 90 seconds to work with. Get that other shoulder down. Keaton Durbin looking to pick up a big win. If he can just hold on here and get himself a pin. 1:14 on the clock here in the second. And there it is. Durbin picks it up. A big win for the freshman.
Wow, huge. And the word I was looking for earlier when I said all that snow falling, the avalanche continues. Sometimes my mind fails me, my friend. What a big victory.
Absolutely. That is Moffat County's 3rd pin of the night. That moves us up to 120 pounds. It's going to be Moffat County's Carson Cox facing off against the Hayden Tigers' Taylor Powell. 120 pounds. Taylor Powell, a junior for the Tigers. Carson Cox, senior. This is Carson's first match in a while as well. He's battled it as an injury as well, Shane. You can see that his collarbone had a really severe injury last year with his collarbone, and then he's recovered from that, and that's what he continues to battle through. So Carson, a very good wrestler, very quick. You see that with the duck under. Now he just needs to finish it.
Beautiful duck under. And I mean,
2-point takedown.
Totally. That move was always one of my favorite. It's a favorite for the big guys too, because you get somebody reaching and you just whoop, you pop your head right underneath it and they're falling to the mat and you're behind them for 2. Now he lets him up for 1. And I think he has a feeling here that he's going to be able to take him down as much as he wants to. We'll see. Sometimes that doesn't work out, but he had a great, pretty easy takedown that first one. Now he's going to shoot under. Hayden grabs the front headlock here, trying to circle around in a cradle.
So I look at the score, Shane, and it's actually a 3-1 lead for Carson. Beautiful double leg, picks him up on his shoulder, finishes it. But I said 3-1, he had that extra point. At the beginning of the match, I wasn't sure what they did, but they called some type of technical violation. Uniform, probably didn't have his shoelaces tucked in or wrapped up, so automatic 1 point for Carson. So 5-3 there with the reversal. Carson up by 2 with 60 seconds left in the first.
Well, I'm sure that was they called that eventually the Hadley rule, because I was the best in the middle of a hard-fought, tiring match of having that trigger shoe that I could just barely tap it and my shoe would come untied and I'd get a break. So years later now, they're like, you can't do that no more. But it was fun while it lasted.
Built-in rest. And you know what? That's why the rule happened. I think when they made the rule, they actually saw some old footage of you wrestling, and they saw how good you were at just
it was
shoelace undone.
The year after I graduated, they got rid of the shoelaces. Now most of the wrestling shoes, they don't even have shoelaces, or they are just covered in the Velcro that wraps around those laces.
I remember that back in the day. We used to call you Shoelace Shane.
I'd get that break, and the coach would be like, what's going on? I'm just getting a break.
Hey, Carson Cox doing some damage, up 8-3 now, and he is in control and just keeps piling it on. He goes, and just is a little pack of dynamite right now. 8-3 lead at the end of one.
Great job staying busy and showing a ton of ability here on his feet. And, we've been watching him now, it seems like for a long time, but it's because it's been a 4-year run where we've called some matches here and there for him. This is a year where he wants it to, and it needs to all come together, because this is it. Yeah,
this is it. This is the final show for him, and we hope the best for Carson. He has put in lots and lots of hours, and is just one of those kids that has battled through some really difficult injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and we definitely want to see him get a state berth and then earn himself a medal in that tournament.
You know, while they're going at it hard on the bottom, I just had the, oh yeah, there you go. He's got it turked in, I believe that is now, and he's going to try to turn it into the version of the guillotine, maybe now the far half Nelson. But I had the great and awesome ability to go down and film a bunch of matches. As there's some back points, oh, he gets out of it again at the Warrior Classic in Grand Junction, a 2-day big tournament. I was able to get some great footage, which will be on Moffat County Proud, and then I've got a couple of the championship matches that we'll stream here one of these days. Give it to you slowly, and now he turns him over to his back, and this might be it, my friend.
Holding on tight, squeeze it, Carson, finish the job. He's got a minute, and he is only gonna need about 1 more second of it. Carson Cox wins by pin at 120 pounds. Another pin for your Bulldogs.
And oh my goodness, now, as I said, the avalanche, it starts to get to the point where you're like thinking as one of the wrestlers that's left, you're like, I don't want to be the guy that loses. We're up 48-0 and you're thinking, I don't want to be that one guy. So it gets more and more pressure on you to go out there and keep this thing going, and wow.
All right, another battle, Shane, of freshmen here. It's Moffat County's Colton Terry versus Wyatt Murphy. This is 126 pounds.
What a dominating performance so far by your Bulldogs. And man, oh man, for our first home duel here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, so far, knock on wood, it couldn't get much better. Let's keep it going. Uh-oh.
Nice shot by the Hayden Tigers, Murphy. Terry doing everything he can to defend it. So when you got to think about reach over, grab that ankle, Terry, grab that ankle, Terry.
Whoa!
And somehow loose falls on top. I don't even know how that happened. But either way, Terry gets the advantage of it, and he's going to get a 2-point takedown out of that, Shane.
I don't have a name for that, and we know quite a bit of wrestling. We'll call it the.
Hey, sometimes good things just happen, and that was one of them. And now it goes back, and it's all tied up 2-2. Holy moly!
What a good move, and what a great match so far. And
we're just going to call that to Terry because we've never seen it before.
So now
50 seconds on the clock. Terry trying to get something going from the bottom. Having a hard time getting to his base. You don't want to stay on your belly too long. You stay on your belly too long, bad things tend to happen to you.
You put so much effort into building up your base, trying to get up to your knees and then up to your feet. It can really tire a wrestler out. Now he's in a little bit of trouble as Hayden has the arm bar, and you need to turn into that. Now he's up to his knees, and he does a good job. So it's only 2-2. As we said, great match. Oh, and he always does it again. He does do it again, my friend.
Hey, comes out on top with 7 seconds. Terry with a nice reversal. Now keep that leg in and ride it this last second. And under 10 seconds, Terry takes the lead, 4-2.
They like to say some wrestlers are very unorthodox. Those might have been 2 of the most unorthodox moves I've seen in a very long time, but they work.
And as this match goes further, Shane, I like the chances of Terry because he is a exceptional cross-country runner. And so he's got a big set of lungs on him. And when you start getting into the third with him, I give the advantage to him every time if he can push it to that distance.
Yeah, so he's got great wind, as they say, and right now he's not even tired because I always thought back in the day that wrestling of the sports I did, there was no question that it took the most amount of energy and you had to be in the best shape, but nothing can, in my mind, can compare to cross-country running. And that's for me never having done it, but seeing how much energy and work it takes. So if I go out there as a wrestler and I'm wrestling a guy who can run 21 miles, marathons, I'm like, darn, he's not going to get tired ever, and I'm going to have to push the whole time.
Terry working hard on bottoms. Done a better job this period staying on his base. See if he can get something going again with 109 left in the second.
And again, he's going to need all that energy because you sit at home and you think, well, all they're doing right now is one guy's laying on the bottom, the other guy's on top, but there's so much push and stress, I'm trying to say, going against each other. This tires you out unlike anything you can ever imagine. I mean, think about arm wrestling with somebody for 6 minutes straight. no winner, no loser. You're just sitting there and think how much torque is put in. Oh, trouble though.
And Terry gets hit with a stall warning. Referee says you got to move. You can't just sit on your base. You got to try to make an attempt to improve your position. Hopefully that does not come back to get him later on.
So often you'll see the guy that's ahead. Very few times do they stall a guy who's actually winning, but you do see it sometimes. But if you're behind and you just seem content, like right here, he needs to step the leg up. And I always found if you just get a look on your, oh no, as he gets it, oh, but he reaches up, he gets it again, very unorthodox.
Hey, and he might even pick up a pin if he can hold him. Got to keep that arm in, he's got to keep that elbow, he's got it. Oh, and he would have had the pin, Shane, but he just ran out of time.
Another one.
But he's going to get a 2-point reversal, he's going to get 3 for the near fall, and he's up 9-2. And hopefully he's okay. Looks like he maybe got bonked in the head. We got an injury timeout. We'll be right back. All right, so we're going to go neutral position in this final period. Whatever you do here, don't get yourself caught in a headlock or a throw. You feel that coming, just give up the 2. Just wrestle smart. You got a 9-2 lead.
Yeah, so often people will look at you funny when you yell to a kid or your son or one of the guys you're coaching when you say wrestle smart. It's not just this thing you say, it's not just cliche. You're saying wrestle smart. No, right now you're up by 7. So if you get taken down, oh well, it's 9-4, and all you have to do is roll around on bottom and just not get turned, and you're gonna win pretty handily. So wrestling smart is all about knowing your situation on the mat, and fine here, he's gonna give something up, but he's still got the big lead, and he's gonna have to just survive for a minute 15.
2-point takedown for Hayden. That's going to pull it to 9-4. 1:05 on the clock. Terry in actually right now just a precarious position,
one of these
really.
Awkward positions again. And you don't know if he can just get his arm out. There you go. Now he can turn upward. Just hold on to those legs.
Yeah, hold on to that ankle. Don't let go of it.
Whoa, trouble here. Be smart.
Don't go to your back.
I can't even help. It's still the old coach in me. I'm still yelling, be smart. Because right now you've got this match. Just know what you're doing, and he's about to get another.
And if you feel you start going with your back towards the mat, just belly out.
Yeah, flatten out. I can't tell you how many times you'll see guys with a lead, they'll start to get into trouble, and instead of just bellying out like you said, give it up. Belly out, put both arms out, both legs out, and be on the bottom. Don't get turned to your back. Don't even come close. Know where you're at. Know the score.
Yeah, I mean, if he gives up a stall here, a point, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. He just needs to hold on and not get turned to his back. Right there. See, don't put the shoulders towards the back.
and right here, look.
Hey, he might get a defensive pin. We'll see if it happens.
No 2. It's almost got to be 2 reversal now.
Oh, my gosh.
He's holding 2. And then he waved him off. No, he did. He gave the 2 reversal.
So right now, he's still saying Terry has, and gives nothing else. 11-4 win for Colton Terry, and another W for your Bulldogs.
Wow, I do not envy refereeing that match. That's a tough one. That's why they're so good.
All right, coming up next is Moffat County's Chris Muschetti, Senior Wrestling Jesse Chufo, 132 pounds. Chufo, a sophomore for the Hayden Tigers.
Here's another one of these young men.
Shane Chris, also first match for a while. He's been out with his injured shoulder as well. So the Bulldogs battling through numerous injuries, and we want to see Chris get back to the state tournament this year and get on that podium, maybe even bring home the gold. That's the goal. Right now, he starts off with a quick takedown.
Lets him up for one, and this is one of these young men who's been wrestling in this community for 12, 14 years. Started Moffat County Youth Wrestling, was a bad dog. He's been doing it at the middle school, and here we go. This is his opportunity as a senior. Look at that beautiful reach in with the leg, single takedown, and now he's built himself a 4-1 lead. And as you were saying, we had a ton of wrestlers that were injured or for one reason or another were not able to wrestle down there at the Warrior Classic in Grand Junction. In fact, I believe we only had it was 5 or 7 wrestlers total. And so we had a pretty good showing down there to have Daniel Caddy take a 5th, and then you had Perulis take a 4th, and then you had Klimper take a 2nd. 3 placers at the Warriors, pretty darn good even on a full team.
Hey, beautiful high C by Chris. and he finishes it as he spins around, and another takedown. 3 takedowns so far in this first period in 1 minute and 10 seconds.
So far he is a takedown machine, and you just root for young men like this. He's been through so much, and now it's his chance to shine. It's his final year. Look at this, he's locking up this version of the stack. Tell you what, you don't want to be involved in this stack, and there it is. If he can just pull it over. He's got 27 seconds, there it is, Kim.
He's got it. See if he can end it right here. Puts him down, another pin for the Bulldogs. That puts the team score at 57-0, and Moschetti makes short work of his opponent.
Yeah, so now the Avalanche has turned into a landslide, and again, you're thinking, I don't want to be that one guy.
5 pins for the Bulldogs, 5 pins. Coming up next is sophomore Daniel Caddy, coming off his 5th place at the Warrior Classic, going against Keenan Hayes. 138 pounds. Keenan Hayes, just a freshman for the Tigers.
So you'd never know it. Big freshman. And crazy fact about Caddy's Warrior tournament, you take Meeker out of the mix, he might win it all. He lost twice. His only 2 losses were to the same wrestler from Meeker, who is a cradle machine and is one of the top-rated wrestlers in that classification. So
Caddy does a great job right off the bat, gets the takedown, and you're exactly right, Shane. He did. He wrestled amazing. And any place at the Warrior means you had a good tournament. And Caddy doing it as a sophomore, hopefully he'll win that tournament someday. 125 on the clock, 2-1 lead for Caddy.
So right in the center of the mat, and a big, strong freshman for Hayden here. Caddy, a youngster, but he's not the youngest in this match, which is surprising. He's so used to being younger. What a beautiful shot. Double leg, goes down, comes around behind, 2 points. And as we approach the Christmas break here in Moffat County, these Bulldogs, wow, let's just say they're putting some coal in Hayden's stockings tonight.
Hey, and a nice reversal by Hayden there as he's able to step over. So 3-4 just like that. Caddy, though, hitting the switch hard, hits it again twice in a row, pops out behind, and he gets it right back. 6-3.
Great move, because when you have that switch, it's all about momentum. And when you push down on that shoulder, there's the 1 point. So we're in the midst of a battle here. Maybe the best match so far of the night, just the way things are going. 2 strong young wrestlers going at it, and they'll be seeing each other for years to come.
23 seconds on the clock. 2-point lead for Daniel Caddy. That time he gets a little strung out on a shot like that. You got to be careful, and that's what happens when you do that. Want to take good shots. Sometimes when you just force the issue a little bit, you get out there long like that, you get yourself spread out, and that's what happened, and he gave up the takedown. If he can get this reversal, he's got 2-1, and he gets it with 1 second on the clock.
Beautiful.
Great job by Caddy, pushing it. With 1 second on the clock, he got that reversal, and he gets that lead back. 8-6 at the end of 1. All kinds of scoring in that first period.
Without a doubt, by far the best match as far as how close they are, and the most entertaining. Back and forth they go. Oh, and here we go. Hayden reveals he's a legger as he starts to put the legs in. And my goodness, I hated nothing more as far as being a wrestler and having something done to me than realizing I was wrestling a legger. And that means, see right here, I was putting the legs in. That allows wrestlers to do things like the guillotine, torque, a whole bunch of different moves that are painful.
Caddy does a good job grabbing that leg, trying to keep him from getting it weaved inside. 1:33 on the clock. Caddy still up by 2. 2 good wrestlers that we're watching in the 138-pound weight class. This is our final match of the evening. The Bulldogs lead 57-0 in team score.
Wow, and it feels as though it should be the last match of the night. And again, as I said, you don't want to be the one. And so far, there has not been one to lose. It's all wins for these Bulldogs. And you see right now, Hayden has hope. They're thinking, let's win this one. Because Caddy, as he just proved, is a fantastic wrestler. And he's moved up in the rankings as a sophomore, taking 5th at the Warrior. Just unbelievable.
So, blood timeout. We'll be right back.
Here we go, back to the match, and it's a good one. And we were talking a moment ago where Caddy made his mistake near the end of the first period. He shot in and missed, but then he turned around and with just hardly any time left, he was able to get that reversal and get 2 back. So really, it was give 2, get 2, and he's got the 8-6 lead here on the bottom, and right now, all he's doing is surviving the legger.
Yeah, and we don't know how it's going to happen, Shane, but I wouldn't be surprised if that 1 second with that reversal ends up being the difference in the match.
Yeah, well, it very well will be or could be. And right here, you really want to be able to get that 1 point from your bottom position, as I was talking about earlier. I was alluding to it. You want to know that anytime you're the bottom wrestler, you can guarantee you're going to be able to get one by standing up and escaping. So far here he hasn't, but luckily he made his own luck and has built a 2-point lead. And we've got 8 seconds left, and we're going to head to this final period, and it's going to be a barn burner.
8-6 is what it looks like going into the third. Going to be Planansky's choice here in the final period. He will take down. He was able to come out with an escape earlier and a reversal. We'll see what Caddy can hold him this time. Maybe pick up some near fall points.
Huge here. And very quickly he tries to stand up for the escape. Stand up doesn't work. And now Caddy puts all his weight up on top of him, and there's a stand up again. And I have a feeling we are going to be in a 1-point match here. Oh, don't give up that reversal though. He goes back in on the leg. You're okay here now. You're just killing time. Time is your friend with the 2-point lead, but you've got to hold on to that now. You want the stalemate. You just got to hold on. Nothing there, but it's so dangerously close to giving up 2.
This is definitely one of them positions you might see a stalemate.
Oof.
And you do. 1:25 on the clock. And we'll go again.
So much energy put forth there. That goes in Daniel's favor because it was so close to being 2-point reversal, but at the end of the day, it's nothing. And you're just right back where you started.
Quick sit out. Oh, I think I said Planansky. I mean Keenan Hayes.
Oh, no problem.
So yeah, Keenan Hayes.
More than 3
yeah,
boys down there.
I just said it so many times. I was used to saying it. So Keenan Hayes doing a heck of a job working on bottom tough. But right now, Caddy able to hold on, and if he does it for another 65 seconds, he's going to come out victorious.
And he's trying to improve here. He's putting in that cradle. And when you said that, I was thinking, man, the wrestling coach has got to be scared because if the Planaskys get one more, it's 5, and they've got a basketball team, and that's the worst fear for the wrestling team.
Yeah.
So he's holding on. Now he wants to stretch him out here. You're familiar with this move. Pull him, stretch him back.
Pull him, stretch him back, and if you can flip it, you can get yourself some back points. Another stalemate, and we're going to go again. 38 seconds left. Keenan Hayes will take his spot at the bottom, and he has 38 seconds to do something, or Caddy's going to hold on to an 8-6 victory.
Wow, so great. The way this started out so quickly, we thought for sure it was going to be tied, or at least a 1-point match, and now Caddy has tired his opponent out desperately. Is just laying on top of him, looking to improve his position. Now he has to hold on for 24 seconds. And it doesn't seem as though there's much fight left in the bottom there for Hayden. What a great match as we're down to our final 15 seconds. 10 seconds and wow.
Under 10 left. Looks like Caddy doing his best. Oh, a step over. Oh, just hold on to that leg. Just hold on to that leg. Woo! And that's going to end it. And I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. The 1 second reversal in the second round was the difference in the match. So you never know. That's a good lesson for all you wrestlers. You never know when the 1 second of the match is going to be the most important second of the match. And in that match, we saw it. The last second of the second period won that match for Caddy.
Absolutely, the difference in the match. And what a great match. If you take that snapshot at the end of the match, Caddy holding the guy's body up over his head between his legs and waiting for that clock to strike 0, gets the win. What a huge night for these Bulldogs as they come out in front of the good home crowd and they get a dominant 60-0 team win. Everybody wins that wrestles tonight. What a night, Kip.
Yep, 9 wins on the night for the Bulldogs. Want to say thank you to all of our sponsors: Severson Supply and Rental, Craig Family Dental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet Ford and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppen Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. Thanks for watching right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.